Jackson, who got in the backfield and recovered it. He's got Terry across the field by himself. Caught it at the 5. Touchdown! Touchdown, Gamecocks. Run, Crenwick. 10, 5. Touchdown, Jacksonville State. He's got a man open in the middle. Terry throws it down. Caught it. It'll be a touchdown. Down the middle. Lost it up, and it's intercepted in the end zone. Trips right, wide. Twins left. Here they come and got him again. He's going to throw. He got hit and sacked. Darius Jackson got him to end it. Lobbing it wide open. Rock. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Rock Thomas in Jacksonville State.
And hello, everyone, and welcome into JSU Stadium, Burgess Snow Field on a pleasant Saturday in late September. And we are getting set for the JSU home opener this evening against the Liberty Flames at Lynchburg, Virginia. Shaddricks and Butch Barker with you, and we are about an hour behind. Original start time, scheduled at 6, was delayed for lightning, but we are ready to go now. The Gamecocks won the toss, deferring to a second half, which the Liberty Flames will have it to begin the game. The return out across the 20-yard line up to the 24 by Liberty's Tyron Staples. So we get our first look at this Flames offense, and Butch will kind of catch up as we go along. A little late getting on the air tonight, but this Liberty team, they come in tonight 3-0. Everybody knows what they did in Waco, Texas a few weeks ago in upsetting Baylor, going in as a 34-point underdog. They're averaging right at 50 points a game and over 500 yards of offense, and they throw the ball extremely well.
They may throw the thing 6+ times tonight, Mickey. This bunch not only, as you said, throw it a lot, they do a great job of throwing the ball. 11 different receivers caught the ball in that opening game against Baylor.
And there you see the connection that has been so effective for them through 3 games. Stephen Buckshot Calvert, the sophomore quarterback, throwing to his favorite target there, Antonio Gandy Golden, who goes by AGG. That is his nickname. He is from nearby Dallas, Georgia, about an hour from the JSU campus, just across the Alabama-Georgia State line. Second down and 3. Calvert, screen pass out on the far side. Nice spin move, but Damian King can go nowhere. It's this fast, aggressive Gamecock defense coming up to make the stop for no gain, setting up a 3rd and 3.
Came back with the exact same play they ran on first down, just to the other side of the field. Gamecocks defended it much better on the second down.
Really, this is strength on strength in this game right here, Butch. This is the strength of the Liberty team, their offense, the strength of the JSU team, obviously their stout defense. 3rd down and 3. Calvert gets the pass away quickly, what he likes to do, but it's incomplete, intended for B.J. Farrow. Nice coverage by Jacksonville State's Reggie Hall, the senior corner out of Opelika.
Excellent job by Hall. Look at the guys up front. They cut the defensive line for JSU, try to get those guys hands down, release that ball quickly before you can get any pressure on Calvert. Excellent coverage by Hall, results in the incompletion. Great start for the JSU defense.
And Liberty on to punt the football. Trey Turner, the left-footed kicker, sends it high. And DeMontrez Terry, I didn't see a fair catch. We've got a flag on the play. We may have catch interference, I'm not sure, but there is a flag right around the vicinity of where Terry was attempting to field the punt.
And that's a big penalty, Mickey. That's 15 yards, if that's what the call is.
Didn't see a fair catch, did you?
No, but you still have to give the guy room to catch it. My only concern was, did he get blocked? The JSU is going to get possession, first possession on offense right at midfield. Big thing here is Terry okay. He's having to be helped off the field.
And our first look at the JSU offense. A little bit of a work in progress, but we go into the post-Eli Jenkins era for Jacksonville. Brian Horn, the new quarterback this year, but they're going to have good field position for their first possession right at midfield after the catch interference penalty. Horn looking to throw on first down. Zips it downfield. Sanders, his intended target, down at the 30. Coverage by Jeremy Peters, the corner out of Green Cove Springs, Florida. And how about that decision to go to the air on first down?
The only thing is, receiver Sanders stopped his route. It was actually perfectly thrown ball if Sanders doesn't make the break and stop. You've got one-on-one coverage. I'm looking forward to JSU pushing the ball down the field more to take some pressure off of this running game.
Second down and 10 now. Flames rush 5. They go to the ground game. The Gamecocks. Rock Thomas coming in averaging a little over 100 yards a game. He's been really the workhorse for this Gamecock offense through 2 games. Picks up short 2, going to set up 3rd and long. And here's a look at the JSU starting offensive lineup. There you see the offensive line. Some experience back there. Justin Lee, the leader at left tackle. Then, of course, Rock Thomas, who is the leading rusher for the Gamecock offense. And, of course, the big story for ASU offensively this season, and Horn, the redshirt junior out of Alexander City, Alabama, coach's son. Dane Horn, the longtime high school coach in this area who coaches at Benjamin Russell now. Bryant is his son, played for his dad at Clay County. 3rd down and 8. Middle screen set up, and Rock Thomas dropped it. Rock Thomas had some green turf in front of him. That would have been a huge, huge play.
Yeah, that's a touchdown if Rock's able to onto it. Not an easy catch. Excellent job of delivering this ball. A little behind him, but he just didn't look it in. Saw his eyes go up the field, trying to run with it before he gathered it in. If he catches it, Mickey, I think it's 6. Well, that's a nice play call, though.
So the Gamecocks go 3 and out on their first possession, but look to pin Liberty back deep with the punt here from Dean Kelly, who gets his foot into it at about the 42-yard line. Liberty lets it bounce, and it takes a flank roll. Fortunate for them into the end zone. Well, did JSU save it? Nope, it's going to be a touchback. Nice effort by the Gamecocks, but Liberty will get it 1st and 10 at their 20.
Yeah, unfortunate bounce that time as that one goes into the end zone. Had an opportunity to back these guys up. Didn't work out, though.
And we'll take a break and come back to JSU Stadium. JSU football in just a moment.
You will take more than 672 million breaths throughout your lifetime. Yet life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. JSU is proud to offer Northeast Alabama's only Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Therapy. Now enrolling tomorrow's breathing specialist. Breathe easy.
We are more than just athletes. We inspire scholars. We inspire leaders. We inspire champions. We inspire family. This is the Ohio Valley Conference.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every county school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
And we're back at JSU Stadium. Both teams have had it once, thrown out for each side. Now Liberty starts this drive from their own 20. Steve Buckshot Calvert, the sophomore quarterback, slings it out on the right flats on 1st down. Golden, the intended receiver. Neal there on the coverage, incomplete. 2nd down and 10. And back to Calvert, Butch. We talked about him right at the beginning. He took over the job 5 games into the 2016 season. He's 8-2 since then, but his numbers the first 3 games this year are off the charts.
Unbelievable. Over 1,100 yards passing already this year.
Their first rushing attempt. And this is Mosley, who is their leading rusher. They've kind of got a 3-headed monster to their running game. They have Mosley, who just carried the football, also Frankie Hickson and Todd Macon. They use 3 guys in their run game.
JSU's going to have to hurry here. They're going to get too many men on the field. Had to use timeout.
Yeah, they did. They were trying to hustle off Dalton Campbell, senior defensive end from Vestavia, and did not want to take a chance on the penalty, so they'll burn the timeout, keep it at 3rd down and 8 here at 22-yard line.
And you hate to have to use that timeout for that reason, but I think that was a great call. You give them a chance to complete a pass on a penalty play with no risk involved at all, because they're going to get 5 yards and get to run it again. So, again, good decision. You just hate to have to use a timeout this early in the game for a substitution-type situation.
We mentioned it's the home opener for Jacksonville State. Kind of a quirky schedule for them this year. They opened the season actually on a Saturday, the last Saturday in August, down in Montgomery. Defeated Chattanooga, had an off week. Then traveled over to Atlanta, lost to Georgia Tech, had another off week. That brings us here to the home opener tonight against the Liberty Flames. 3rd down and 8. Darius Jackson standing up on the left side. He'll be coming after Calvert. Calvert gets it out of there quickly. Little back shoulder throw to Golden, who makes the grab, and it'll be a first down, Liberty out near midfield. That is just almost nearly indefensible, Butch.
No, that's a perfect pass. Back shoulder, lay it up, knowing that this talented receiver will come back and catch the ball at its highest point. They've been doing this all year, folks. That's not an anomaly there. They do this all the time. Good coverage. Like you said, just almost impossible to stop.
And they go with pace. Here is Mosley, his second carry of the night. He is hauled down from behind by big Montrez Lane, the sophomore defensive tackle out of the Mobile area. Play gains 3 yards. Actually, they'll give him 4 yards to the 47, so it'll be set down in 6.
I hated to see JSU waste that great field position on their opening possession, Mickey, because Punch can put points on the board. I think JSU is going to have to score 30 tonight in this ball game.
2nd down and 6. Calvert rolling to his left, slings it down to the 37. Pass is complete to his big tight end. That is B.J. Farrow out of Lynchburg, Virginia, which is where Liberty is located, of course. That'll be another first down for the Flames.
Yeah, looking at a key to this ball game. We didn't get to do the opening, Mickey, but one of the things we were going to talk about was, would JSU be able to apply pressure? Up to this point, no. They have not been able to apply pressure to Calvert. He's putting the ball on the money.
Quick releases for Liberty here to kind of thwart that JSU pass rush.
Get the chains tangled up on the far side.
You know, you mentioned Calvert's numbers. I mean, you think about it. 3 games, he's already thrown for 1,100 yards this year. 12 touchdowns.
1 interception.
And he is a big guy. Got 6'5".
Only a sophomore, too.
He's over that line of scrimmage very well. Good job defensively, though, that time by the Gamecocks. Jonathan Hagler out of Leeds, Alabama, right there to make the tackle for a couple of yards loss.
That's a great read. Excellent read, but like you say, he gets rid of the ball so quickly. Great read, great tackle there. Sets up 3rd down and 13.
Gamecocks show blitz, and we're going to have movement by the left tackle, number 74, Julio Lozano.
74, the offense. 5-yard penalty.
18.
2nd down.
5-yard penalty back to the 45, so it'll be 2nd down and 18 now.
Again, gold favorite receiver, Calvert, but he throws it to a number of different receivers as well as to these backs out of the backfield.
2nd and 18 doesn't scare this team. Screen pass to Mosley out of the backfield, and he dives inside the 40. Coming up from the secondary, that is Traco Williams, a sophomore out of Valley, at a gain of about 6. We'll call it 3rd down and 12 now.
These long yardage situations are not something, like you said, that frightens this group. They can pick up big chunks on one play.
Calvert trying to draw JSU off sides. Gamecocks stay put, so they look back to the sideline to get the play. Play clock down now to 5. And they snap it with 1 second. Calvert. He goes deep down the middle of the field. Nobody home but JSU's Jonathan Hagler.
Excellent coverage. Make man-to-man coverage with a zone on top, and you're able to cover those receivers for that long because Calvert had a lot of time in the pocket, then slid to his left to get a little more time, threw that ball away, which was a smart play by him. JSU probably going to start with poor field position this time. Need to get that offense rolling when we get possession of the ball again.
There you see DeMontez Terry awaiting the kick.
Yeah, and Terry was not shaken up on that play before. It was Porter who got blocked into Terry.
End over end kick. Terry lets it go over his head, and it rolls into the end zone. Good bounce there for Jacksonville State. Looked as though Liberty might be in position to down that inside the 5, but instead the Gamecocks will get it 1st and 10 at their 20. So good start for the JSU defense. Their offense gets it back for the 2nd time when we come back to Burgess Snowfield.
Do you remember how great it was to be a part of campus life at Jacksonville State University? Maybe you should call Jacksonville home. Jacksonville is home to a growing and thriving community. Have breakfast with friends or a terrific lunch featuring Hall of Fame barbecue. Walk, run, or bike the Chief Ladaga Trail. Jacksonville is more than just a college memory. It's a place to call home. Come home to Jacksonville.
My dad taught me to fish right here years ago. But when an old sports injury started slowing him down, I knew we'd need to search for the latest procedures in knee and hip replacement. With physical therapy tailored to his needs, a dedicated team of doctors and nurses, and he'd want a fast recovery time. So where'd he find all that?
Right here at RMC.
And we are back. Burgess Snowfield, still first quarter, 9 minutes, 8 seconds to go in our first quarter. Jackson State and Liberty 0-0 as the Gamecocks get it for their 2nd possession, starting at their 20-yard line. Flames loading up at the line of scrimmage. Now they back away. Horn to throw on 1st down. Sells it down the middle of the field. He's got Terry open. Terry had a step on the defender, but the pass just a little bit out in front of him.
Well, great protection on this play. As you said, Mickey, Terry had a step. They got tangled up there, Terry and the defensive back momentarily. It cost him a step, or that one goes the distance. Love the protection that offensive line provided for Horn on that play.
And I know you love the play calling. You said before the game you wanted to see Horn and the Gamecock offense take some shots down the field. That's the 2nd time on 1st down they've thrown the ball. They put on 2nd down here. Kenwick Sanders gains about 6 yards to 26. It'll set up 3rd and 4 for the Gamecocks.
2 games it's been kind of dink and dunk in the passing game. JSU throwing the ball down the field, Mickey, I think is going to open up that running attack with Rock back there toting the mail.
And Rock Thomas is in there on 3rd down and 4. Punch set to the right for the Gamecocks. Flames showing blitz. They send a couple of extra defenders, and the pass is incomplete. Shaq Davidson was the intended receiver, set over his head. That'll bring up 4th down.
Yeah, Bryant just rushed that one, tried to get it to him quickly and threw the ball. If he got down in the numbers, it's probably going to be a 1st down. Just rushed it. JSU has got to take advantage on offense, Mickey. I'm telling you, you're not going to shut this Liberty bunch out. Their offense is just too prolific. You have got to take advantage. 2 opportunities already, 3 and out for the Gamecocks.
And you see how Liberty is going to play the Gamecock offense. They are crowding the line of scrimmage, and they're going to say, JSU, to beat us, you're going to have to do it through the air.
Roll ball, roll.
And it hits and dies right at the 31.
Looked like a pitching wedge shot there.
So Liberty will get it for the 3rd time. The Liberty Flames out of the Big South Conference, actually transitioning now into FBS football. They're into their first of a 2-year transition. Their scholarship up to 76 this year from the FCS level of 6'3". Next year that will increase to the the 85
85
level.
is the max. I think they may just go about 82 or 83 next year. But again, this bunch has been for a while, Mickey. They're just the best they've been this year. Again, they've won the Big South Conference 8 out of the last 10 years.
As we mentioned, they upset Baylor, also have wins over Morehead State and Indiana State. And a good play again defensively by the Gamecocks as Traco Williams quickly up to tackle the receiver after a gain of about 3.
And Mickey, that tackling part is the key. JSU's defenders are reacting very quickly after that ball is thrown, but the big thing thus far is when they get there, they're making the tackle. You miss somebody here, big play is inevitable.
play action. Calvert feeling pressure, gets it away to Gandy Golden. The Gamecocks will gang tackle him at about the 40. Nice job, Calvert, that time, just showing his poise and patience in the pocket. Pressure all over him. He somehow finds his favorite target, AGG.
Yeah, he's looking to the left the entire time, feels pressure, buys time by sliding to his right, makes a good throw, picks up 6 yards on that pass play.
Big play for the Gamecock defense if they can get off the field. 3rd down and a long 4. Play clock under 5 now. Calvert looking to his left. Zips it up to the 43. It is caught by his tight end, Farrow. And he is right at the 1st down marker. It appears as though they're going to spot him just north of the 42, which is where he needed to get for a 1st down.
And again, we talk about Calvert and the numbers he's put up, Mickey. Right-handed quarterback rolling to his left, throws the ball right on the money on that big 3rd down conversion.
Threw it against his body. 1st down and 10 at the 42. Up the middle, nothing doing. Crashing down, Darius Jackson, the Gamecocks all-time sacks leader, is putting a hit on Frankie Hickson. Hickson's first carry of the game, that's nothing. Here's a look at the Liberty Flames offense. As we mentioned, averaging right at 50 points a game, over 500 yards of total offense per game through 3 games. 70% of their offensive numbers come through the passing game. Calvert rolling out. Gets the pass away. Farrow makes the grab at the 46 for a short gain. It'll set up another possession play, another opportunity for this Gamecock defense to get off the field.
And again, something that's impressed me the most, and probably unexpectedly, Mickey, is the fact I think we've touched Calvert. I don't think defensively we've put a hand on him before he reached the pass. Impressive protection being provided by this offensive front.
Crowd trying to get into it now. Calvert trying to hit Farrow, and we're going to get a flag coming in. The coverage by Saran Neal. So Neal and Farrow were kind of tangled up, and I guess they're going to call interference against the Gamecocks.
Or holding, one of the two.
Pass interference, defense number 5. Ball placed at the spot of the foul, automatic, 1st down.
You have the right to your position as a defensive back. You're not going to get to see this, but they're already, you can see, big time tangled up over there.
Well, there's no such penalty called impeding the progress of the receiver, but that's basically what just happened.
Right.
So Liberty's across the 50 for the first time tonight. They've got it 1st and 10 at the Gamecock 46. Calvert to throw on 1st down. Pass, it is complete. Nice move by Zach Fouts, the backup tight end. He's a big guy, 6'4", 250. We've got an injured Gamecock on the field. That's Jonathan Hagler, who, as you see on the screen here, was in on the play. Got hit by his own man. Friendly fire there as Rashad Green came in.
Right on that hip pointer, too, the area of a hip pointer. Man, those things hurt.
So he'll go off the field. They attend to Hagler. 1st down, Liberty at the Gamecock 35. Well, they put all kind of pressure on you with this passing game. You're right. Calvert's just standing back there with time to throw. A little delayed draw right up the middle. This is Hickson. He takes a shot at the 30-yard line coming up from the secondary. Marlon Bridges, preseason AS All Defensive Player of the Year watch list, along with his teammate Darius Jackson. Here we see the hole here up the middle. We've got another injured Gamecock, by the way.
And another one being hit by his teammate. Came flying across the field, Mickey, and caught him on the lower extremity there.
That is Reggie Hall. Wow.
JSU can ill afford to lose him.
You can see really struggling to put any weight at all on that left leg.
Calvert's completion percentage has got to be unbelievable here tonight. We'll get it at the end of the 1st quarter. Man, oh man, this guy is making good decisions. He's having lots of time to stand there. Good throws on the run, in the pocket. Extremely impressive, number 12. for the Flames.
Reggie Hall, a member of the OVC preseason team. Second down, Calvert feeling some heat. And we're going to get a holding call against Liberty as the Gamecock defensive front really collapsed the pocket that time, forced a holding call on one of the Liberty offensive linemen.
Boy, if this is a spot of the foul call, this will be a really big penalty.
Holding, 74 offense. 10-yard penalty, replay, second down.
I hate that it's not. It's only going to be 10 yards. Had it been from out of the foul, this one would have been about 21 yards, Mickey, because it was a good 7, 8, 9 yards deep where that offensive lineman tackled the defender for JSU.
Our referee tonight, Dustin Whitehead, giving us the call there. Second down and 15 back at the 40. Screen pass set up. And Damian King is in the open field. He's going to be shoved out of bounds across the way by Saran. But just like that, I mean, second and 15, they pick up all the penalty yardage and get the first down.
And did you see those offensive linemen get out in the front there? Not that they knocked anybody down, but they rolled up the JSU defenders. Let King break it out to the outside for enough to get the chains moved. First down at the 18.
Flames' first trip into the red zone tonight as we are under 5 minutes to play in our first quarter.
By the way, Mickey, they got a field goal kicker that's already kicked one from 50 yards this year, in addition to how strong they are on the other aspects of the offense.
Here's the give to Hickson, and he was met first by Shot Green. He fought forward for about 3 yards, and yeah, doing research on them this week, they got all their special team guys back, their punters back, their place kickers back, their long snappers back, their return specialists back. I mean, they're 3-0 and playing well for good reason.
Right.
And this young man on your screen is the main reason. Stephen Buckshot Calvert, and that is, by the way, his real middle name, named after NASCAR driver Buckshot Jones. Here's Hickson, and he can't get going. We talk all the time about number 40, Darius Jackson, being the sack king for JSU, but I tell you what, he can flatten out and come that line and make these kind of tackles from the backside also.
And he's so quick off the ball, Mickey. That's also why he's so good at sacking the quarterback, is because he just beats those guys off the ball. He did it that time, up him for a loss. Third down and 8.
Liberty can get a first down just inside the 9. Clock down to 2. They just get it off, and they set up the middle screen. Well played, but the Gamecock pursuit get to Hickson and stop him short of the first down at the 11 yards. So that'll bring up 4th down, and it looks like Coach Turner Gill is in his field goal unit.
I thought he might have a tough decision here to make with it 4th down and 3, but he sent that bunch out right away. They'll try to attack the first 3 points of this game.
Alex Probert, who is 7 of 8 on field goals so far this year, will attempt a 28-yarder right in the middle of the field. And it is perfect. So Liberty strikes first here against Jacksonville State as they take a 3-0 lead with 1:57 to play in our first quarter. We'll take a break, come back with live coverage of JSU football in just a moment.
Education as we know it is becoming obsolete. The world keeps changing, but the way we teach our children barely has. And there is no one right solution to change that. Instead, it's going to take a lot of bright minds working together. At JSU, our goal is simple: shape the next generation of teachers and change education through how we educate. So if a career in education is in your future, well, then there's no question where you're going.
In Alabama, school spirit is in the air on Friday nights. At Farmers and Merchants Bank, we're giving our customers the opportunity to show their school spirit every day with our new Spirit debit card. We've designed a unique card for every Calhoun County school that includes the school's logo. So every time you use the card, you're showing your school spirit. Come in and get your school spirit debit card today. We've got spirit at F&M Bank. Service, solutions, and strength. Member FDIC and equal housing lender.
And there you see our score. Liberty taking the lead here over Jackson State 7-0. By the way, this is the 4th all-time meeting between these two schools. Gamecocks have won all previous 3 meetings, and they've been blowouts, including last year's 48-19 victory by Jacksonville State up in Lynchburg. These two teams also played a home-and-home back in the early 80s. Jacksonville State won both of those games rather handily. But tonight, it is Liberty trying to win their first game ever against JSU, also trying to win their first game ever in the state of Alabama. They've yet to come into the state and win a game. They've played Troy and Sanford and some other teams, so they're looking to snap a couple of streaks here in this game tonight. Gamecocks will have it after the kickoff turn out to the 21. Butch, during the break, you and I were talking, Jacksonville State runs 6 plays. They don't have first down in this game so far.
No, and the big deal with that, Mickey, is that defense has got to have rest. You got to get out there and move the chains here. Certainly you want to put some points on the board, but you got to get some things going to rest that defense a little bit, not ask them to jump right back out there as we get a look at John Gross on the sideline. But again, this offense has got to put some first downs, and we got to change the quarterback.
This is Kendrick Doss, the redshirt junior out of Florence. Pass is complete out to the 40-yard line. Shaq Davidson on the catch, and we've got 2 penalty flags back inside the 30, so hold on. Nice strike there by Doss to Davidson, but it's not going to count. Unfortunately for the Gamecocks.
Boy, that ball was thrown mighty quickly for one of those linemen to get downfield, but I didn't see. So.
But as you mentioned, the big story, Kendrick Doss coming in the game on the 3rd series. As I mentioned, he's a redshirt junior out of Florence High School. He was highly recruited out of high school. Actually, at one time was an Ole Miss commitment. Here he is at Jacksonville State, and here he is now completing his 2nd pass to Crenwick Sanders for a gain of 5. So what do you make of this decision here to go with Kendrick Doss?
It surprises me a little bit, but it looked as though Bryant, on the 2 deep balls, Mickey, I think it was more the receiver's fault. But the big one was the 3rd down pass that he threw so high. I think he was rushing things just a little bit. So maybe this will give Brian Horner a little bit of a chance to watch it a little bit and settle down and get his composure. And who knows, Doss may step in here and get the job done.
Not surprised to see this young man getting some snaps. I expected JSU to have some packages for him regardless of the quarterback situation. Handoff right up the middle. Thomas, nice hard running out to the 29. It'll set 3rd down and short now for Jacksonville State. Huge play here. They need to get a first down.
I mean, you don't think of a 3rd down and 2 being this big this early in the game, but this is huge for JSU. They cannot afford another 3 and out and give this ball back to Liberty the way they're moving the football.
Interesting play selection here on 3rd and 2 as Doss is under center. I backfield behind him. And it's Rock Thomas, simple give up the middle. Good surge by that offensive line, just bullying that defensive front backwards. Number 54 for Liberty, Juwan Wells, who is their leading sacker coming into this game. Look at him just being driven back.
Boy, I tell you, that double team, what a great job they did with that double team. Nice running, nice hard running by Rock. Huge first down for the Gamecock.
Heavy set here for the Jacksonville State, and we're not going to get the play off. That'll be the end of the 1st quarter. So Jacksonville State ends the 1st quarter with first down. So that's good to see for Gamecock fans. But Liberty will head into the 2nd quarter on the road here at Jacksonville State in front of a packed house at Burgess Snow Field with a 3-0 lead.
Someday, in the not-so-distant future, it happens. The moment you realize you're ready for anything. Get a degree in emergency management from Jacksonville State University and be ready for where you're going.
You know what's going on again at Popeyes? Here's a hint. Need a bigger hint? That's right, honey. It's the $5 Bonafide Big Box. 2 pieces of my chicken or 3 handcrafted tenders. Your choice of 2 sides and 1 of my biscuits for just $5. Most folks' idea of a $5 deal is not a meal, honey.
We got this here giant burger and a soda.
That's not a meal. This is a meal. Come and get it while it lasts, because it will not last long. Oh, that's a big box.
All that chicken from Popeyes.
Here we go. We're going to go out there in the rain. You're going to get wet. All right, here we go. Okay, quick. Oh, yeah. Yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
I can't imagine life without Gwen, but we came dangerously close.
I was having chest pains.
Luckily, there was a hospital nearby that quickly discovered one of her arteries was 100% blocked. A hospital with life-saving technology and the latest in cardiac treatment, with an experienced team of doctors and nurses focused on fixing Gwen's heart. What hospital had all of that?
It was all right here at RMC.
And a great shot of Burgess Snowfield here at JSU Stadium. Big crowd on hand for the Gamecocks home opener. Jackson State beginning the second quarter with a first down at the 37. Here's the kicker, Rock Thomas. And Rock's forward progress is halted just short of the 40-yard line. Looking at that first quarter, Gamecocks only 29 yards of total offense in the quarter. Butch, 1 first down. Meanwhile, Liberty 112 yards of total offense, 100 of those passing.
And JSU had great field position to open the ball game, starting at midfield. Didn't take advantage of that. They need to sustain this drive. They've done what they needed to, rested the defense a little bit. Now need to drive down points on the board.
And Kendrick Doss in the game now at quarterback. Rolling out, gets the pass away, intended for Kendrick Sanders. Gamecock fans wanted interference, not going to get it. Jimmy Fox, the sophomore corner, basically tackling Sanders.
Well, the only thing that can rule here is that this ball wasn't catchable because he tackled him before the ball got to receiver. So the only thing that you can be doing there as an official is ruling that that ball couldn't have been caught. I don't know how you'd know because the receiver was tackled.
So 3rd down and 7 now for Jacksonville State.
Big play here again for the Gamecock. 5 on the play clock. They're going to have to take a timeout.
Yeah, they're not going to get it off. They're going to have to call timeout from the sideline. Coach Gross yelling out his quarterback that he's got to hurry and get the play called. That is the second timeout Jacksonville State has had to use here in this first half.
Once on defense, substitution situation where they were going to get a penalty, and then here again to avoid the penalty. And it's 3rd down and 7, so you certainly didn't want to make it 3rd and 12. Tough enough, 3rd and 7 for the Gamecocks.
There you see Coach John Gross in the huddle with his team. What a start for Coach Gross. Hasn't even lost an OVC game, hasn't lost a regular season FCS game. Only teams he's lost to is the big schools, Auburn, Michigan State, Georgia Tech, LSU, and then, of course, a couple of playoff losses in the FCS playoffs. There you see Turner Gill and the head coach of Liberty.
Ex-Nebraska quarterback.
That was actually not Coach Gill. We'll try to get a shot at him as soon as possible. Yeah, everybody, if you're a college football fan, you remember those Nebraska days. Turner Gill.
Nebraska-Miami national championship game.
Doss escapes the pressure, and now he's got a chance to run. And if he'd have stayed wide outside, if he'd have stayed in that outside lane, to use a NASCAR term, he would have had a first down, but instead he stopped at the 41. It'll be 4th down.
A great job to avoid the big loss on the play, but Mickey, I think you're right. He plants that left foot and breaks it out to the outside. He's got a lot of room down the sideline.
But you see the element he does bring to the game is the dual threat ability that Gamecock fans were so used to seeing for years with Eli Jenkins. But the Gamecock drive stalls at the 41, so they have to send Kelly in to punt the football again for the third time, and gets a nice kick away here. Fair catch called for and made inside the 20-yard line by Liberty's DJ Stubbs. So the Flames get it back, 1st and 10.
Well, the positive thing is, again, you picked up a couple of first downs and let that defense catch their breath. The quarter ended, so again, they got a little bit of a rest over there. And then come back out here wide open, try to shut down this potent offense that Liberty has.
And there's a look at Liberty head coach Turner Gill. He talked about his playing days at Nebraska. A longtime coach and really has this program headed in the right direction, a class act at a class university.
Now they are really excited about what they think's ahead of them for this university for the athletic program.
And off up the middle to Mosley, and he retreats and will lose about a half yard. Stoudemire was there, as was Bridges, and getting up off the pile, Traco Williams has been in on a number of tackles as well.
You can see Mickey Mosley is a big old load to bring down. Goes about 235, 240. So you can see the job JSU's defensive front did to stop him for no gain.
2nd down and 10. Play action. Calvert gets the pass away. Another back shoulder throw complete to Gandy Golden. It'll be a 1st down across the 30. Saran Neal on the coverage. Again, not bad coverage. It's just hard to defend when your quarterback and receiver are on the same page like this.
I mean, that's great coverage by Neal, but an even better throwing catch. I mean, you don't do it any better than that at any level.
Good look there at Antonio Gandy Golden, 6'4", 200 pounds.
Tell you what, there's a lot of folks at a lot bigger programs that'd like to have this kid as a quarterback.
And the guy slinging it out of the quarterback spot and the receiver spot. The pass was tipped and almost intercepted that time is Christian Wofford.
Didn't see it till a little late, Mickey. Oh, that could have been huge.
Gamecock defense has made some big scoring plays already in this young season. Boy, this is the kind of game you get a play like that, it could really change momentum.
Yeah, that's offense for the Gamecocks. Needs a little help. Defense pulling their hearts out right now.
2nd and 10, delayed handoff up the middle. I think this is Hickson spinning out to the 35. No correction, that's Mosley still in there, and it'll be a gain of 3, so 3rd down and 7 coming now Flames.
Here's the one the Gamecocks need to shut them down. See if they leave Neal out there one-on-one coverage with Golden.
Crowd into it again on 3rd and 7. Would love to see their defense come up with a stop and force a punt. Comes the pressure. Calvert gets it away and incomplete. Golden, the intended receiver. Saran Neal, excellent coverage once again, and the pass is incomplete.
I tell you, every time Neal gets up, he's a little ginger on right. He played that play exceptionally well, was looking for that back shoulder throw that time, and when Golden sat down, so did Neal. No chance of completing it that time. Very well played by Neal from his cornerback position.
So Turner back into punt. Demontrez Terry awaiting the kick. And Terry calls for, makes the fair catch at his 19-yard line. So the Gamecocks defense does their job. Offense back out again on offense. We'll see who is at quarterback when we return to JSU Stadium.
You will take more than 672 million breaths throughout your lifetime. Yet life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments that take your breath away. JSU is proud to offer Northeast Alabama's only Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Therapy. Now enrolling tomorrow's breathing specialist. Breathe easy.
Coach John Gross hoping his offense can kind of get something going here. Bryant Horn is now back in the game at quarterback. 1st and 10 at the 20. Throws it over the middle. The receiver wide open. That is number 4, Trey Berry. And Berry is going to take it all the way for the touchdown.
Mickey, that's why I said I was looking forward to JSU throwing the ball down the field. The defense completely committed to that run fake. Berry gets behind them, looks it in, and sprints it all the way to the Gamecock end zone for their touchdown and the lead in this ball game.
That is a 6'7", 220-pound freshman from Summerdale, Alabama, who hasn't been targeted very much this year. Maybe that's why he was wide open.
That's a good time, though. This offense needed something to pick them up. That big play should help. The only bad thing is that defense has got to get right back out there. But this time they'll do it with the lead.
Cade Stinnett on to attempt the point after. Good snap, good hold. And Stinnett just does get it through the right upright. And Jacksonville State takes the lead at the 11:02 mark here in the second quarter. There you see Berry rumbling and stumbling. 80-yard touchdown pass.
All right, that big play for the Gamecocks. Big play for Berry.
First, and you'll always remember this one. Great play call by the Gamecock offensive staff.
Look, I love the play calling thus far in this game, Vicky. I think from an offensive standpoint, you've had some opportunities to come up with some big plays. Did there. The only downside, again, has been that this defense has had to spend so much time on the field. We don't need them to slow down at all because that offensive machine that Liberty puts out there is not going to slow down.
Gamecocks get more yardage in that one play than they had the entire game up to that point.
I think probably by a substantial amount. I know they only had 29 yards at the end of the first quarter.
At 113 now, and 80 of it came on that one play.
There you go.
So big play gets the JSU crowd back into it. And the kickoff is high and short, fielded at the 10-yard line by Hickson. He's out to the 25. He is tackled on special teams by the Gamecocks, Bryce Handy. So Liberty will take back over 1st and 10. Right at the 25-yard line.
See if this defense can continue to play well. Well, they've done a great job up to this point to hold Liberty to only 3 points.
And there's a look at your scoring drive. One play, 80 yards, 12 seconds. And just like that, it's JSU with a 7-3 lead.
Taking advantage of the fact that Liberty's first goal is to stop the JSU run when they're on defense.
Let's see how Calvert and the Liberty offense can respond. The ground game and nothing doing at all. Monty Young from nearby Sachs High School. There you see him getting up off the pile, making the stop on Carrington Mosley.
This time Young runs the running back down from the backside.
Look at that big Liberty offensive line. Heavy set to the left and a wildcat, and this is Hickson, and just no lane to run.
I'm really surprised to see them jump in at the way that Calvert is running this offense. The way I'm jumping in a wildcat when I got that guy standing back there at quarterback, and the reads and the throws that he's been making, I think that's helping out Jacksonville State. You get in that situation.
3rd and 9. Big play for this Gamecock defense. They'd love to get the ball back to that offense after the big play a moment ago. Calvert to throw with time. Now the pressure up the middle. Pass is incomplete out at the Gamecock 47. It was a little behind Damian King, your intended receiver. Kind of a one of those back shoulder throws that King just couldn't quite slow down enough to catch up to it.
And Mickey, this was because of the pressure. if Calvert's got time to stand in there and throw this ball, that's a completion. He had someone right in his face. JSU ran a little cross move from the outside, and the pressure resulted in that incompletion.
That was Monty Young. Had a good series that time for the Gamecock defense. He came on a stunt right up the middle. He came free, and as Butch said, Calvert had to get rid of it a little before he wanted to pull the trigger. And we've got a whistle.
Delay.
Here's our referee, Dustin Whitehead again.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
Well, I tell you, Mickey, this bunch looked so collected and calm with everything that was going on for the majority of this ball game. All of a sudden, a little bit of confusion apparently going on out there. Real change in the demeanor of this bunch after JSU scores a touchdown.
So Trey Turner in the punt from inside his 10. Big rush. They almost get it. Some contact with the punter, no flag, and Terry lets it bounce at the 45, takes a little bit of a liberty roll before it dies at the 37. Jacksonville State will get it back with pretty decent field position with a 7-3 lead.
Yeah, great job by that defense. Again, a little questionable play calling, jumping in that Wildcat, I thought, and a great pressure by JSU to force the incompletion on 3rd down. Take a look at the punter and the acting job as he falls back with virtually no contact there.
That was Monty Young again coming up with the pressure.
Now, an opportunity for this offense. You haven't played well. You've got the lead now, Mickey. An opportunity here to make it a little more difficult for Liberty with a little pressure on them.
Horn fakes to Rock Thomas, passes away and was short of his intended target, Demontrez Terry, who was running an out pattern at the 48. That thing bounced at about the 45-yard.
Yeah, difficult rolling to your left, but the big thing there was the pressure coming. Brian didn't stand in there and deliver it. If he had, he'd have taken a big hit, but the pressure coming from the outside forced the errant throw.
2nd down and 10. Horn hands off to Rock Thomas. Rock tries to bounce it outside and is going to lose yardage. Flag flies. Tackle that time by Corbin Jackson of Liberty.
Mickey, I don't know if these are called plays or if there's a read, but if it's a read, Bryant missed the read because, man, if he pulls that ball out, he's got all kind of room on the outside.
Holding 79 of the offense. That penalty is declined. 3rd down.
And again, it could be a called give. So, you know, I don't want to put that blame on Bryant Horn's shoulders, but there's been twice they've run what looks like the read play, and if he pulls that out, he's got big gains on the outside.
B.J. Autry, the redshirt junior offensive lineman out of 8 Mile, Alabama. Flag for holding. 3rd down 12 after Flames decline the penalty. So it comes to Horn. Middle linebacker comes up. Backs off, they rush 4. Holt gets the pass away. Got Jamari Hester at the 47. That should be a Gamecock 1st down. I thought it was, but well, I think they may spot it right where it needs to be. Yes, it is a 1st down.
Wow. I tell you, when he initially came and put that foot down, I thought he had shortened the distance that he actually picked up there. Looked like it was a perfectly run route right at the 1st down marker, and a nice throw by Bryant Horn. Good protection. JSU appears to have converted on that 3rd down and 12.
And an injured Flame, Jeremy Peters, Jr.
Well, that's a big throwing catch and a great job protection by those guys up front. Results in that 1st down pickup by the Gamecocks.
Looks as though Peters is favoring that right shoulder. He was in coverage against Jamari Hester. Nice throw by Horn that time. Gamecocks 1st down at the 47. They keep the football.
And, you know, you got to give a receiver credit for getting the 1st down yardage. A lot of times you'll complete those and still be short. He got enough to move the chains there.
pick up a couple of yards out to the 49. Could not find an open receiver, so he scrambles forward for a couple. It'll be 2nd down 8.
No, good protection there, though. He had a lot of time. Just good coverage downfield by the Liberty Flames.
See what the Gamecocks dial on 2nd and 8. Liberty brings a couple of linebackers, and there is nowhere to run for Rock Thomas. He gets nothing. And that's going to set the 3rd and long for Jacksonville State. Hitting up off the bottom of the pile for Liberty, big number 55, Tolan Avery, the redshirt junior out of Galveston, Texas.
Not the situation that the Gamecocks like to be in offensively. He's 3rd down and longs.
3rd down and 6. Horn looks over to the sideline to get the play. Play clock under 10. With the pressure, Horn gets the pass away. Jamari Hester had it in his hands. It would have been very close to a 1st down, and he just dropped it. Outstanding job by Horn to get it off with some accuracy.
Boy, I tell you, Brian Horn does a great job avoiding the initial buying himself a little time here, and then throwing a great ball. Hester has got to come up with that catch.
Got to help out your quarterback right there. 4th down, Gamecocks will have to punt it. There you see DJ Stubbs awaiting the kick from Dean Kelly.
Wow.
End over end kick. Stubbs catches it at the 5 and returns it out across the 10 to about the 14.
Nice kick.
So
and
Liberty
good coverage.
It was. Good job by Stubbs just to get it out of there and get something out of it. So 1st down for Liberty. When we come back, Gamecocks with a 7-3 lead.
Do you remember how great it was to be a part of campus life at Jacksonville State University? Maybe you should call Jacksonville home. Jacksonville is home to a growing and thriving community. Have breakfast with friends or a terrific lunch featuring Hall of Fame barbecue. Walk, run, or bike the Chief Ladaga Trail. Jacksonville is more than just a college memory. It's a place to call home. Come home to Jacksonville.
Crispy, tender, juicy chicken. Choose your taste and get to dip. Crispy, tender, juicy chicken. All the taste they got are kicking.
McDonald's new Buttermilk Crispy Tenders take juicy cuts of chicken and season them up just right. Use every last morsel of our tenders to get every last drop of our delicious sauces, like the new signature sauce or Sriracha Mac sauce.
And a great shot of the crowd here at JSU Stadium. The Gamecocks home opener coming here on the last Saturday of September. We started about an hour late due to a lightning delay. We kicked off at 7 o'clock. Scheduled kickoff was 6, but it's turned into a very pleasant evening here in Jacksonville, Alabama. Liberty with it 1st and 10 at their 14, trailing Jacksonville State 7-3. Nice hesitation there by Hickson, able to pick up some positive yardage out across the 15. Tackle there by Jacksonville State's Randy Robinson.
Mickey, talk about this nice crowd being here tonight. 2,200 of those high school band students as JSU's hosting band day here. They'll be performing halftime.
And that is quite a scene to see all those high school band members out on the field together.
They cover every yard.
2nd down and 8. They run it again with Hickson out across the 20. So Liberty, Randy Robinson's coming off the field with a injury. Liberty's starting to try to run the football a little bit here in the 2nd quarter, try to establish something with their ground game. 3rd down and 3 now. Here comes the crowd. It is caught by King out at the 29. That'll be a 1st down. That is just an impressive throw by Calvert.
I tell you what, you look at the design of the play. You've got the outside receiver running a quick slant. The linemen are taking the defender's legs down to get their hands out from in the way. And then just a perfect throw on, and that's a long way to throw it, Mickey. I mean, you're throwing the ball, you're not throwing it far down the field. You're throwing it all the way across the field. Calvert puts it right on the money.
Here comes Jackson, and Calvert's going to meet him for the first time tonight.